candidate in their seat? If you have an interpreter and I moved you, that's fine, stay where you are, but is everyone in their seats? Good, we're gonna start. And turn off or leave those phones, please.
Good morning. The United States District Court for the Southern District of Illinois is now in session. All persons having business before this honorable court, draw near, give attention, and we shall be heard. God save the United States and this honorable court. The Honorable J. Phil Gilbert presiding.
Thank you. My name is Phil Gilbert, and I'm the district judge presiding over the ceremony with assistance of Magistrate Judge Daly. We're the only two people up here that have rolled on, so I'll see it now. You know, the naturalization ceremony is a pivotal milestone in your life as well as your family and friends. It is a day that I hope you remember for the rest of your life. For becoming a citizen of this great country is the result of a long process that has culminated in today's special ceremony. It is also one of my favorite days, for this is an official court proceeding, and generally when people walk out of a courtroom, there's a winner and a loser. But today, you are all winners. Not only you, as citizens of this great country, but also the United States of America. Now today I'm wearing two hats. The first is that of the United States District Judge, and on behalf of myself, Judge Daly, and the court system of Southern District of Illinois, I welcome you. I also happen to be on the SIU Board of Trustees. And so putting on my second hat today, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the administration of SIU, I welcome you to this campus and the Simmons Law School. As the ceremony proceeds, you will see that many of the participants have current or former SIU ties, which they will tell you about. Our speaker is the chancellor of this campus, and our soloist today is a student in music at SIU. So now I'm going to, this proceeding is being recorded. The website is on the back of your program. The women's legal voters will be available after the ceremony to register the candidates to vote. I would now like to introduce Reverend Jim Barnett for the invitation. Pastor Barnett.
Let us pray. Almighty God, maker of all that is, creator of freedom and liberty, creator of hope and aspiration, creator of family and community. We seek your blessing upon these individuals who are about to become new citizens of these United States. We seek your blessing upon their families and their communities. We seek your blessing upon their children, their children's children, a blessing upon their descendants forever. We give you thanks for your presence with them throughout their journey, which has brought them to this day. Watch over them and grant them your grace to always remain faithful and loyal citizens of this new homeland of theirs. Continue to guide them into assimilation into this gift to the world called America. Empower them, as well as all gathered here, to hold dear the blessings of life, liberty, and happiness. Empower us all to do all that we can to embrace and to protect and to defend this nation, as well as her citizens, as we seek to live in peaceful community together. Grant us your grace and peace. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Barnett. Now, will everyone please rise as the field kneel. National anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
You will next see Cleo on American Idol. Thank you very much. At this time, the court recognizes Jim Cutchin of the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Illinois. Mr. Cutchin.
Good morning. My name is James M. Cutchin, and on behalf of the Department of Homeland Security and the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, I am pleased to present to the court 64 candidates from 29 countries for naturalization. These applications have been approved by the Attorney General of the United States. I respectfully request that the court administer the oath of allegiance to these candidates for naturalization.
Has it been shown to the satisfaction of the Department of Justice that these applicants have resided in the United States during the periods required by the acts of Congress, and that during all of these periods, they have been and still are persons of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States, and disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States?
Your Honor, on behalf of the Department of Justice, I'm authorized to say that this showing has been made.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now about to take the oath of allegiance to the United States. This oath has two parts. In the first part, you will absolutely and entirely renounce allegiance to any foreign state or sovereignty. In the second part of the oath, you will swear to support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These words are plain. The oath means what it says. I charge that if any person among you has a different intention of taking oath, reveal it now, so the petition for naturalization of that person may be withdrawn or dismissed. Okay, now, I'm going to ask each, I'm going to recite the oath, and I want you to stand up, and I'm going to recite the oath to you. If any family members wants to come down here and take photographs of their loved ones as they take the oath, come on down. So will each of you please stand? The oath is on the inside of your program, and I'm going to read the words. If any family member take pictures. I think we have 64 applicants from 29 different countries. We have that's wonderful. Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear arms on behalf of the United States. When required by law. That I will perform non-combatant service. In the armed forces of the United States. When required by law. That I will perform work of national importance. Under civilian direction. When required by law. And that I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations. You are now citizens. He is the Chancellor of Civil University, Dr. Austin Lane.
Please be seated. Wow. I've got to take a deep breath so I won't start crying. Get myself together. I'm seeing your faces. Oh, I thank Judge Gilbert for allowing me to be here. And it took him 5 years to finally get up the nerve to ask me to be here to do this. I was getting jealous, Paul, because I saw all these other folks up here with our boss at such a great event. And I thought, well, maybe he doesn't think I'm ready to deliver this, right? Maybe he doesn't think I'm ready for this. So I have made it, and I want to make sure we put on record. Angela, you're here. We got a lot of lawyers in the room, Judge. You're here. That hopefully every year, I'm selfish that I could be here with Judge Gilbert and doing this. So my hope is that he'll invite me back next year. Fingers crossed. He didn't really mention this, but he did. He put his hat on. But Judge Gilbert, not only has he been doing this for 30-plus years, it's near and dear to his heart. I can tell you he spent some time shedding some tears as well and trying to compose himself. He has led Southern Illinois University for a number of years and has historical ties. His family, his father, they just made such great contributions to this institution. And I have the pleasure of being here and working for him and with him and with everyone that's here. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Your families, I see your loved ones came down to take pictures. I know they're just as excited. Cherish that. I saw you really smiling right there. With the red shirt on. You're crying now. Just crying now. Yes, and you should be. You should be. And boy, am I happy for you. Today marks a truly extraordinary milestone in your life. One that is a result of dedication, courage, and an unwavering belief in a better future. Becoming a United States citizen is more than just a legal status. It is a powerful testament to your journey, your resilience, and your dreams. From wherever your journey began, you carry with you strength, hope, and determination. You've embraced a new culture while holding on to the richness of your heritage. You've worked hard, you've learned, you've contributed, and now after all of that, you can proudly say that you are an American citizen. Right? Amen. I want you, over the next few minutes, and I promise I won't be long, but let that sink in. Let that sink in. I'm letting it sink in as well. But you're now a citizen of a nation founded on ideals of liberty, equality, and opportunity. And your story becomes part of the American story. Today you stand on the threshold of a new beginning, united by a common purpose and a shared commitment to the ideals that define this great nation. As you just took the oath of allegiance, you not only affirm your dedication to the United States, but also celebrate the rich tapestry of histories, cultures, and dreams that each of you brings to this moment. I'm going to assume that becoming a citizen isn't or was not easy. I'm sure it took a lot of work to get to where you are today. Sacrifice, an incredible amount of perseverance. You've navigated the complexities of immigration. You've built a life in a new place and stepped forward to take an oath that binds you to the values of democracy, freedom, and justice. That oath, as you just took, is very sacred. In listening to Judge Gilbert give that out, I could hear how sacred and serious that oath was. It connects you to the very heart of what the United States stands for, and it recognizes you officially as someone who belongs here. You have claimed your place in a land that values the power of dreams. Today you also renounce your allegiance to any foreign power. For some of you that may have been an easy decision. For others that may have been a painful choice. But I remind you that while you have pledged your loyalty to the United States, you do not give up your own history and culture and those things you cherish about your past, your memories of family and friends, your music, literature, celebrations, your dreams. You brought them with you today. Those of us who have been American citizens or were born here, or Americans that were born here for many years, we can learn from you. And that's the beauty of us having the events that we're having today. As a citizen, you now have the full rights and responsibilities that come with citizenship. You can vote in elections, run for office, serve on juries, and fully participate in shaping the future of the country. Your voice matters and your choices matter, and your contribution will help shape communities, policies, and progress for years to come. Always remember, though, that citizenship is not just a gift. It's a partnership. It's a responsibility. You now have that power to advocate for change, stand up for what's right, and uplift others around you. Your presence here, and again, your passion, rings loud and clear. So you need to celebrate today. Step forward into this next chapter with pride and know that you're not an imposter. You belong here. You belong here. And your story is now a part of the living, breathing, and fabric of this country. The United States has always been a nation shaped by diverse backgrounds of its people, from the pilgrims seeking religious freedom to the waves of immigrants who followed. Each has contributed to this vibrant mosaic of American society. Our collective presence here is a testament to the enduring promise of America, a promise that regardless of where we come from, we can find a place to belong, to grow, and to contribute. Very briefly, I'd like to share my story. I was born in Omaha, Nebraska. Not sure why. Asked my parents, what was that about? And we quickly moved to Hackensack, New Jersey. And my parents then divorced. But I remember those evenings when my mother at the time, we shared a living room. We had an L-shaped couch in an apartment. She slept on one side of it, and I slept on the other side of it. And, you know, we would talk quite often late into the night. My grandmother slept in a makeshift closet in our apartment. Literally a walk-in closet is where her room was. And I had two sisters that stayed in their room. They had to have the room because they were sisters. And I remember every night as we would almost go to sleep on the television, they would have something about America. Because those of you old enough to remember, you remember how they used to go off the air, right? And they would play either the Star Spangled Banner or they would show something. And my mother would always tell me that you can go and do and be anything in this country. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. So as I showed up here 5 years ago as the first African-American chancellor, thanks to Judge Gilbert and President Mahoney and the Board of Trustees, and finding out that one of the first African-American graduates here at this institution was Alexander Lane. I mean, what kind of luck is that? My namesake here, years ago, reminded me as I prepared for this speech today that everything and anything is possible in America. Everything is possible. And who wouldn't want to be a citizen of this great country? You have made the best decision in your life today. You've done it. And I applaud you. Like me, each of us has embarked on a unique journey to reach this day. It's not been given to us. We have earned it. No one has given you probably anything. You had to earn it, right? You had to show up. You had to produce. You're not taking any handouts. That's the American way. You got to go get it. And you've done that. You should celebrate that with your families today. Perhaps we've left behind familiar landscapes as we've gone through those triumphs or tribulations, our beloved family members, and the comforts of home in pursuit of a safe opportunity for a better future for your children, which I see many of them in the audience out there that are excited about your day today. Along the way, we have encountered those challenges that tested our resolve in moments that reaffirmed our hope. And after today, that will continue. It won't just be magical, or things won't just go away. You'll have to continue to have that strength and fortitude as you move forward. In these experiences, though, you found strength and that resilience that we're talking about. You've learned the value of community, the importance of perseverance and an unbreakable bond of shared humanity. As we reflect on our past, let us honor the sacrifices made and the lessons learned and carry them forward as we build our new lives here. As you build your new lives here. As new citizens, you are not merely, again, recipients of America's promises. You are active participants in its ongoing story. Again, the diverse perspectives enrich the national dialogue. Our varied talents, we drive innovation and culture, and our shared commitment to hard work and integrity that strengthen the fabric of the society. The journey of nation building is ongoing, and you are now part of that endeavor. The United States, again, was founded on the ideal of creating a more perfect union, an inspiration that has driven reforms, struggles, and progress over centuries. As new citizens, you are entrusted with the task of continuing this work. I have to say, I made the mistake yesterday, and Chloe, is that right, Chloe? Chloe did a fantastic job, and it's probably a lot better than Whitney Houston that I watched on YouTube. Sing the Star Spangled Banner. So I'll give a round of applause for Chloe. When you hear those words, I challenge you. I heard many of you, by the way, sing. I heard you sing. I think that was wonderful, you singing the Star Spangled Banner. That brings me to tears also. So yesterday, when I was thinking about today, I happened to see Whitney Houston perform it at the Super Bowl, Chloe. Have you seen that on YouTube? Yeah. You're still better. But it was like listening to some magical, the words just came out of her mouth so beautifully. And you could feel the passion in the stadium. It was at the Super Bowl. And you could see people as they pan across the arena, the stadium, they were in tears. They were in tears. That's what you joined. That's what you joined today. And you should be so proud of it. So on that note, on behalf of all of our faculty here at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, our staff, you're always welcome here. Always welcome here. If you're interested, shameless plug, in taking some courses. You're always welcome here. Okay? We'd love for you to become a Saluki now, along with that. So I love this event. I think it was a great thing that you're doing, Judge Gilbert, and all of the other dignitaries that are here. And I hope you have a great weekend in celebrating your new status as citizens. Congratulations, and go Dogs.
Thank you, Chancellor Lenny. I too want to add my congratulations to each of you on reaching this impressive milestone of becoming a citizen of our great nation. As you enjoy the benefits of American citizenship and assume the responsibilities that accompany it, you will follow many brave men and women who have sacrificed to establish and preserve our democracy over the past 2 centuries. You as new citizens coming from other countries, governments, and cultures will appreciate to a greater extent the rights and liberties that many of us born in this country take for granted. Many years ago, I had the privilege of visiting, along with my family, New York City and toured the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Ellis Island is a symbol of America's immigrant heritage. For more than 6 decades, the immigrant depot possessed the greatest tide of incoming humanity in this nation's history. Some 12 million people landed there, and today their descendants make up almost 40% of this country's population. For immigrants and native-born Americans, the Statue of Liberty represents the rights and freedoms and opportunities secured by our Constitution. For over 200 years, our system of government has unleashed the energy and talents of people to create a good life. The American experience offers an inspiring example of ageless ideals, realized and made to work, and a reminder that all men, everywhere, men and women everywhere, are intended by their Creator to be free to carve out their own destiny. You now share that great experiment. A nation dedicated to the ideal of all of us are created equal. A nation with profound respect for individual rights. The United States is a land of unparalleled natural beauty, vast opportunity, and freedom. It is a home to people who have been drawn to our shores from all over the world, who share a common love of life and liberty. So I join you along with Chancellor Lane and want you to devote your hopes, your prayers, your energies, and your labor to our common good and to the future of this wonderful country. Together we must strive to safeguard the freedoms we hold so dear, not only for ourselves, but for our future generations. And as the Chancellor said, this is a day that you will remember for the rest of your life. And the reason I know that is one of my fellow trustees, Dr. Shabazz Sharma, I naturalized over 25 years ago. And I asked him, I said, do you remember the day that you were naturalized? And he looked at me and said, Judge, we all remember the day that we become citizens of this great country. So I hope you remember this day forever. And as I said, you can now run for office. You can even be a trustee of this university. Take my job. But anyway, I congratulate you, and if you get a chance, I know this is a kind of crisp spring day, but if you haven't had an opportunity to drive around the campus, you will see how beautiful this campus is and why it is one of the crown jewels of education in Illinois. I now want to recognize our Cleo Beal, our singer who is going to be on American Idol, hopefully in a couple of weeks, to give us a solo of America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grace.
time, I'm going to introduce the United States Marshal for this district, Dave Davis, who's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Will each of you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Mr. Judge, congratulations to every one of you again. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Marshal Davis. This time, I'm going to recognize the people that helped put this on. Thank you, Dr. Lane, for the remarks, and Reverend Jim Barnett. Chloe, again, I expect to see you on the American Idol. You got mine. And Monica Stump, our clerk of court, who opened court, and Dave Davis, our U.S. Marshal, and Monica's staff. I also want to introduce the chapter, the Daughters of American Revolution from the Brush chapter. Will you stand up? The Brush chapter and the Liberty Bell of the West chapter. They will be handing out, they have these little sacks for you. We'll be handing that out as you get your certificates. Did I leave any of the chapters on out? Did I get that?
We're from Old Ocean Trail chapter in Mount Vernon.
Okay, well, stand up. I learned a long time ago, you gotta introduce them. You can't miss them. If you've ever been to a bingo and called bingo and you called the wrong number, they would just cancel. But anyway, thank you, and again, they may be handing out these sacks for each of our new citizens. And then I guess they will be down here and hand out the certificates. Okay? And again, after the ceremony, as your name is called and you get your certificate, your loved ones can take pictures. And I'll be down there and maybe a chance to let you down there and also congratulate you. Again, congratulations on this milestone in your life that I know you will never forget the rest of your life, the day you became a citizen of the United States of America. So, Monica, you will close the door.
There being no further business before this honorable court is adjourned. Thank you.